I grew up in New Jersey. I grew up in Trenton. I lived there until I was 20. Always wanted to join the military and ended up enlisting in the end of 2008. Ended up leaving for basic training at the very beginning of 2009. I was supposed to go to airborne school, and then I got what they call needs of the Army. So what it is the Army decides that they need X amount of people to go to some unit. So I got chosen and 4 other people got chosen to go to Fort Stewart. I got assigned to the 2nd Battalion of the 7th Infantry Regiment. And then we got deployed to Iraq for a year. Most of what we were doing was working with the Iraqi Army, training them, partnering with them on missions. The second half of the mission we had there was escorting route clearance. So what route clearance does is they clear for landmines. They didn't shoot my weapon once, that deployment, but we did see a lot of IEDs, and we did rope up a lot of guys that were planning them. Came back from leave and right into training, pretty much. My squad actually got orders to go to 2nd Brigade, so I got assigned to 164 Armor with the rest of my squad, and we pretty much got told we were going to Afghanistan in 3 weeks. So we ended up getting deployed to Panjwai District in southern Afghanistan, so it's in Kandahar province. We were at the district center. The rest of our unit was at an outpost called Spurwingar. The unit that was there was taking a lot of casualties, both physical and mental casualties. A team leader position came open and I volunteered for it, and I went over to Spurwingar. We got a mission to raid a compound. Right when we got done clearing the compound, we took contact for about 30 minutes. They were just trying to kind of bait us in, probably to an ambush, but we didn't take the bait. We ended up just leaving. We shot back and we left. As soon as we got back up to the main road, we started taking contact. I grabbed a recoilless rifle called a Gustav, so it's a Carl Gustav, and I fired it into a grape hut where we were taking contact from. And pretty much as soon as that contacted the grape hut, I don't think they wanted to play anymore, so they ended up falling back, and the firefight was over from there. We started moving through a very large marijuana field, and we got right to the outskirts in Najat. There was a mud wall. We got about 10 feet from the mud wall, and this Taliban guy came up over the wall with a PKM, which is a belt-fed machine gun, and just sprayed it at us from about 10 feet. And as soon as we started engaging with them, we started taking fire from not only the PKM, but AKs, 37 millimeter grenade launchers, RPGs, you name it. They had it, they were shooting that at us. Once we got done with that, we started pushing into the village. My platoon sergeant it was his turn clearing, and I was walking behind him, protecting him while he was clearing. And the guy that had walked in front of us, he stepped on the pressure plate. But sometimes what they do with these charges is they set them back a little bit because they know we walk in a file. I remember kind of seeing like a bright flash of light, and it threw me about 15 feet back. And I'm pretty sure what happened was my sight, my ACOG on top of my M4 came up and hit me in the face. It pretty much ripped my nose off my face, so my nose was hanging off to the side. I started getting up, and my platoon leader came over and said, "Hey, I need your help." Dennison, the guy that was in front of me, he lost his leg. So he was pulling him up out of this creek. He had got launched about 20 feet forward because he was standing right on top of it. We loaded him up on a stretcher and we carried him over to the medevac helicopter. One guy lost both legs below the knee, and our medic lost his right leg. I remember asking my lieutenant, "Hey sir, does my face look okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're fine." But I could just tell by the way he said that, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty messed up. It took me a couple of years to kind of get to be at peace with everything on the deployment. You know, it's something that I think all of us still have somewhere inside, in the back of our minds. That's something that we always think about. We all keep in contact though, and I think that is really the best kind of therapy. So when I got out of the Army, I bounced around a little bit, and I finally got into veteran services. So I started off working with Central Oregon Veterans Outreach over in Bend before a job opened up in town here in Prineville for the Crook County Veteran Service Office, and I jumped on it. Working over at Covo really kind of sparked something in me. And I found it very rewarding working with veterans. And now as the Veteran Service Officer for Crook County, I really look forward to going to work every day. I really enjoy helping the veterans in our community and veterans all across Central Oregon and the state. You know, a lot of veterans are hesitant at approaching the VA because they may have had bad experiences. You know, I understand that they may feel uncomfortable, maybe reliving some of their experiences, but you know, hopefully, you know, me today sharing my experiences and make another veteran feel more comfortable about coming in and engaging with the services we can provide for them. But yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So I love working with vets and I love helping them out, and I'll do anything I can for them to make sure that they're all taken care of.